so you can see it. But
Hey, anybody out there? Anybody see me? Let me know. Hello. My daughter was helping me with this. I don't know if anybody's seeing this. I don't know. Well, it says I'm live. So, hey, hey. Let me know in the comments. Yep. So, seems to be working. Anybody out there? Anybody get a notification? Well, anybody got a notification? Let me know in the comments. Oh. Hello. Says two watching. Anybody typing? It's all new to me, so alright, this works. I'm trying to figure it all out, guys, so yeah, I don't know what that is, so is that Parkway out there? I'm trying to figure it out, guys. Just, well, I don't know what's going on, guys, so can you hear me now? Hello. I'm trying to figure it out, guys. Just, I don't know what's going on. So, there seems to be a little bit of a delay. This is all new to me, so I'm trying to see the chat. It doesn't seem to want to work with me, so I see Mason's on here, Parkway, Cryptid. So, yeah, Pacific Time Parkway. I have to do something about that delay. I don't know what to do about that, so yeah, my daughter actually helped set all this up for me, so trying to figure it out. Oh, okay. So Cryptid says, yeah, it's supposed to be a delay. Hey, North County. Hello. Surprised I'm actually getting this done. Shocking. Me and computers we're not very friendly, so. What's up, North County? How you doing, Lewis? No. Cool. First time live, testing it out, figuring the stuff out. Uh, hey, still smoking. Glad to see you here, man. North County, you making videos right now? No work. That's not good. That's alright. I haven't had any work in like the last year. So, I've just been kind of doing my own thing. No, I'm actually using OBS encoder. Apparently, I couldn't uh, get the Streamlabs app on this particular laptop I have, so it's not available. So I had to use OBS, and so yeah, you can't. You're supposed to have like 1,000 subs to use a mobile device, but you can do it from a desktop or a laptop without that amount of subs. So busted out the old laptop and took it down to my other daughter, and she took care of a Microsoft issue for me. She had to go to work, so I grabbed my other daughter, and she was the one that set all this up for me. Yeah, pretty interesting. Interesting. Still got a little configuring to do, so I'll figure it out. Okay, okay. No, I haven't casted any more prints. Um, I haven't had any to cast, but I need to get different um, casting stuff. There we go. Alright, now I can see my face and the chat at the same time. The stuff I used was like this concrete based stuff, and it was just junk. It was really gritty and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna go back to the plaster of Paris. So yeah, Mason. He sent those to me too, man. Those are freaking amazing pictures, man. I mean, those structures are just insane. So drywall mud, that's a good idea, and that stuff comes pre-mixed in a big old box. Good idea, Lewis. Sets up in 20 minutes. Yeah, dude, the stuff I mean, 5 hours later, and it was still soft. It was horrible. You know, absolutely horrible. So I learned my lesson on that one, man. I got like 10 pounds of it for like $6 at a hardware store that was going out of business, and I should have known better when the box was all faded and nasty. So uh, claimed to be like 4 times harder than plaster of Paris and set up really quick, and it probably sat on the shelf for too long. I don't know. So who knows? So how you all doing tonight or today, this afternoon, wherever you're at? I know you're all over the United States, different time zones, so time is it? Almost 3 o'clock, so it's 6 o'clock on the other side where Mason is and stuff. Yeah, I know, Lewis. Yeah, camp for a week and wait for it to dry. Absolutely not going to happen. That's no, 20 minutes is good. I might think take that. And I believe those boxes of drywall mud that come pre-mixed come in a bag already. So I could just keep that thing wrapped up, toss it in my bag, and be done. So, footage of a questionable trail. What do you mean by questionable? Like a game trail? Uh oh. Was Cat wandering through the woods? Got some poison ivy? Not good, Cat. Get yourself some hydrocortisone super quick. You're gonna itch yourself bloody. Oh no. Should have been wearing pants, Cat. Should have been wearing pants out there. Some boots. Yeah, get that hydrocortisone on there and lather it up really quick. Really good. So, yeah, I'm excited to get to Idaho, man. Really excited. Been a year since I've been up there. Hi, Deb. Glad to see you here. First time on live. This is great. Yeah, I hear father-in-law says it's already been snowing up there. So, like I said, I'll probably be working all day, but I've got all night. So, last time I was up there when I noticed what I call the ambush spot and that teepee where all those trees were pushed over into like this teepee thing. There's actually a trail that comes right up into the back of that teepee and doesn't go anywhere after that. So I'm going to be walking that trail. I'm going to get out there and I'm going to see where that trail goes because I'm pretty sure it goes down into a gully. And they're using that deep gully, which is probably about 15 to 20 feet deep, maybe about 50 feet wide, as a pathway in and out. Um, it's, I don't know, I bushwhacked my way into that spot. I walked in maybe about 20 feet, and I just got this insane feeling that I shouldn't be there. It was odd. I just got this chill down my spine, and something told me just to get out of there. So I did. So, yeah, Deb, I'm going to be excited to use those glasses too. So, I played with them a little bit around here, and the quality of it is really good. Really good. I was shocked. I mean, they claim to be 1080p, and I'm kind of inclined to believe it. So that's going to be interesting. I bought those, for the theory that they know what cameras are. And out here in SoCal, um, I was trying to get my way through the barricades, and I got up to a point and something growled at me and then broke a branch. And hey, Alyssa, glad to see you here. Um, Broke a branch and growled at me, and I pulled my phone out and I sat there for probably 15 minutes in absolute dead silence. And I mean, I put my phone down and it still stayed silent. But as soon as I put it in my pocket and pulled my hand out with nothing, it would growl again. Um, and all right, buddy, I just came up here to get my camera, but you obviously don't want me to get it, and I'm gonna respect that. But let me tell you, this ain't over. I will get that camera. So you can either go get it for me right now, or I'll be back and I'm gonna go get it. You know. And I turned around, I started leaving, and I could hear it on my left, paralleling me up on this hill, probably about 50 feet. And then I got down to that structure. Yeah, Deb, I don't want to get zapped again. Um, that not an experience I'd like to experience again. I may be wearing a tinfoil hat, so I don't know. Maybe Cryptid could tell me if tinfoil hats work. So, you know, and I don't think I got zapped out in the field. I think I got zapped at the hotel when I heard those three footsteps come through the gravel, and I got that chill like someone was going to run up behind me and mug me. I turned around and there was nothing. I think that's when I got zapped. Was actually at the hotel, and there's drainage ditches all over those mountains from the snow that run right down into the lake. They could very well take one of those drainage ditches came right up by the parking lot of that hotel. So, Deb, what is the new SRG group? Well, Mason Witt right there with the Sylvanic, and SRG is starting his own group. SRG is Sasquatch Research Group, and he recruited me to join his group, and I graciously accepted. So yeah, we're gonna get going on that, and we're looking for other people. I'm hoping that Parkway Dweller is going to join us. I'm hoping that Max Powers is going to join us. Obviously, he's got some health issues he needs to deal with. So I don't know. It's a brand new thing. Helping Mason get this started, and yeah, we're gonna go hard and we're gonna go big. So we're hoping it's gonna take off. But yeah, it's a Sasquatch research group, and he's thinking of opening up a website um, for people to come view some of the stuff, and give us reports, and we'd like to get out and do some investigation with some of those reports and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, Parkway, are you in? Be great if you are, man. You'd be a great part of the team, brother. So, that is what the SRG is. It's brand new. So, we're out recruiting people. We want good, level headed, down to earth, ready to get scientific with it people. So, we don't want no drama. We want, just good scientific, you know, factual stuff. All right. Sounds like Parkway is in. So Mason. So I guess it's, yep. Cool. Right on, Parkway. So, hey, Parkway, was that your cell phone number you sent me to my email? Yeah, he's looking like he's going to be making, How to Hunt's going to be making a documentary. Yeah, that'd be cool, Mason. We'll have to figure that out. That's why I'm getting all this computer laptop stuff all taken care of, and learning more about it. Me and computers don't mix very well, and more of a hammer and wrench kind of guy. So, or you could say chainsaw and axe kind of guy. So, well, we're gonna take it slow and we're gonna do it right with the SRG. So yeah, it'll be really cool. Yeah, I'm liking this live chat thing. This is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, yeah, 21 minutes already. 7 people, not bad. Not bad. So, I'm going to be doing more of these. Definitely, for sure. Um, I unfortunately won't be able to do them up in Idaho. Where I'm going to be in Idaho is just absolutely horrible for signal, especially for T-Mobile. Verizon works really well. Oh yeah. Well, it's really not my laptop. It's my wife's laptop, but I use it more than she does. Um, yeah, I'm not. I don't plan on getting mad at it. I'm just gonna go ask my daughter for help. So yeah, same here, Mason. Yeah, yeah. They say it's easy and stuff. Well, yeah, they haven't met me. So you know, yeah, cryptid. Yeah. So I need to figure out how to put moderators on here. So let's see what this does. Manage moderators. Okay, so I'm going to hit that. And let's see. Um, I don't know how to do moderators. Um, so, and now I don't know how to get back to the live chat. So, I hope it's still going. I can't really see. Um, all right, let's just do that. No, no, no. Okay, so I don't know how to get back to the live chat now. So, um, so yeah, see, I just pushed a button and now I'm lost. I don't even know if it's still going. So, um, let's see here. Okay. All right. I don't know what I did. So, yeah, see, I'm completely lost now. I don't know what I did. I said manage moderators and I lost everything. So I don't know if we're still going. Um, let's hit that. See what that does. No, nothing. Um, so yep, I'm lost. I don't know what I did. So I'm lost. Oh, am I back? No, I'm back. So see, I don't know what I'm doing. I pushed a button and I got lost. So there you go. Oh yeah, Deb, I'm so the scat site. We might have time. That was actually at Farragut State Park at the lime kiln sign. Um, I'd love to go hike that lime kiln sign, the lime kilns, because that was just creepy. That was just creepy. So, that was just creepy place. It really, Alright, see you later, Deb. Glad you can make it in. Yeah, I tried to find a back arrow, but it wasn't lit up. It was blank. So, I mean, it was there, but, you know, I ended up hitting the live dashboard YouTube up on the left side of my laptop, and it brought me back here. So, I figured that out. Yeah, waiting for the chainsaw, huh? No, no chainsaw in LA. My chainsaw's in Idaho. And actually, I'm gonna have to take down a few trees. And when I get up there, apparently there's a couple widow makers up there I'm gonna have to drop and chop. Um, so, yeah, I'll definitely do some videos of me doing that. And do some videos of the brush pile, the burn pile. Last year we had it burning for I think 4.5 days straight. It was that big. So it was probably around 15 feet wide and probably 15 feet tall. And we literally had to stand like 50 feet back because the heat was so bad. But kept us warm all night. Me and my brother-in-law were out there till I think 2 or 3 in the morning. And during that, we heard a huge branch snap. I mean, it must have been a good 4 or 5 inch branch. And my brother-in-law, who's lived out there his entire life, looked at me with just these huge eyes and said, "What was that?" And I said, that's probably just Bert letting us know he's here. And I know the direction it came from, and that direction it came from is full of these just massive, they must be 3 feet around, down trees. And it would have been able to get to that area from that trail that's behind the teepee. The next morning, we did find 2 or 3 different size footprints. That's why I think there's a family unit there, or there was a family unit there. So I named them Bert, Bertha, and Bart. So we'll see if they're still there. Um, yeah, cryptid, huge bonfire, man. I'll do videos of it. And the trail that I had my sighting that it took off up. There's like a landing up there, and it's been kind of, my father-in-law's property is a tree farm, and that area was cut to farm the trees. And I think I'm gonna take a chair and go sit up there one night. You know, I put a game camera up on that spot and just got hundreds of videos of deer. So it, I was feeding them apples and pumpkins and stuff, you know, from Halloween. And they seem to like it a lot. But there's definitely plenty of water sources, plenty of food, and plenty of cover. Um, so, well, all right, Mason, see you in about 20 minutes. Um, yeah, hopefully it gets really interesting. This time I'm actually taking my custom wood knocker I made out of a Christmas tree. I was using 2x4s last time, and I was smashing them so hard on the trees I was actually splitting them long ways, and they just weren't getting the yeah, Parkway. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, last time I was there, I had lots of activity. So, lots of activity. And hopefully, we're going up around the same time we did last year. And a lot of people are reporting between like March and November is when activity starts picking up all over the place. So maybe that's the time, to really get out there if you want to see one. So um, yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, lots of activity. My father-in-law sent me text messages and stuff because he's out and about, around the property, and he sent me a text message one time, and he's like, "I have this feeling I'm being watched. Why is that?" Well, I know why that is. So, you know, they don't seem to be aggressive up there. More curious, if anything. So, it'd be cool. I did last time actually. I was on the property by myself. I'll try that. I'll try that. Yes, they are. Yeah, put them high up in a tree. I'm thinking about setting up a gifting spot too. So we'll see what happens. I haven't seen any like raccoons or anything up there. A couple of squirrels and mostly deer, elk, and moose. So, um, can't type, huh, cat? Gotta use your fingers. Gotta use your fingers to type. So, yeah, it was cleaning up the driveway of a bunch of down stuff, using the chainsaw. I'd shut the chainsaw off, and I started dragging a piece of, you know, tree down to the tractor to get it in the bucket, and I heard thump, some thumping behind me, like very heavy footfalls. And I didn't turn around, but I just turned my head a little bit and then kind of kept doing what I was doing. We chopped up a little more of the tree, got it in the bucket, and I heard more thumping. And I heard those exact same thumps on a ridge. Hey, cat, put a pencil in your mouth. Type with the pencil. That way your hands are free to scratch. So, um, and I, those little holes with the sticks in them, I found those also up in Idaho, and I also found the same things here in Southern California. I don't know what they are. I don't know if they're hiding acorns or pine cones or whatever, but I mean, it's odd. I think they may be looking for something. Um, yeah, get a pencil, type with your mouth. So, yeah, I'm excited, not too excited for the drive, but so I think what my plan is going to be is we're leaving Saturday at like 3 or 4 in the morning. We're hoping to get to Klamath Falls, Oregon by probably 4 or 5, and I'll do a video for you then because I do have Wi-Fi at the hotel. And then I think I'm probably going to switch over to my other channel after that video. So that would be Northern Idaho Forest Ninjas, SRG. And then obviously all of my Idaho footage will get posted on there. So you guys will have to switch over to that channel and check them out. So yeah, yeah, just set it up and just act normal. Exactly. Just pretend like everyday stuff, So everyday stuff. So actually got a really good spot at the back of the property, right next to the ambush spot, and right where we got the branch break during the bonfire and stuff like that. So cool, cool. So yeah, I think I got a good area to do a little gifting spot. Um, I'll take one of the big chunks of log I cut, and I'll go set it right in the middle of that area. The area's got a little bit of cover. You can't see it from the house because the barn blocks it, and they know that. So I think that'll be a good spot. And I think my boat is still parked back there, so maybe I can put the pretend like I'm messing with the boat and mount the camera on the back of the boat facing the gifting area. So I think that's what my plan is going to be. So it'll be right in the middle of a lot of activity. So it'll be really cool. I'm really looking forward to it. Not so much the 10 hours of driving for 2 days, but at least once we get out of California, it gets really pretty. So, and we got a lot of stuff. I've been deleting a lot of stuff off of my phone to make room for new videos. And Cryptid, my other channel is called Northern Idaho Forest Ninjas, SRG. There's actually a few things on there from Southern California. There's some structures I found in Palm Springs at the top of the aerial tramway. And I never considered looking in my local mountains in Southern California. I didn't think they were down this far. I thought maybe they stopped in like Humboldt, like Brown Dwarfs area. But you know, I mean, North County Bigfoot, he's way down in San Diego. He finds footprints. He gets burps and farts and stuff down there. It's absolutely insane. And then we went to the aerial tramway, and I went hiking, and I found three structures strategically placed on ridge tops, and you could see each structure from each other, but it was absolutely amazing. So there's some stuff from Southern California on that channel too. And then we went to our local mountains here on a whim just to spend the weekend because my wife wanted to go to the snow, and it had just snowed up there, and that's when she found that footprint. And that's when I was like, okay, I gotta look deeper into this. And we went up there for our anniversary on July 6th, which is when I launched this channel, was on July 6th. That's when the first videos went on this channel. I put out the game cams on July 6th, went to the hotel that night, and I think that's when I got zapped, and then I couldn't find the 360 cam the next day. They had erased that entire part of my memory of coming back up that trail and heading up behind uh, the structure. It's where I did the rock clacks. I actually had to watch my own videos, and once I did that, it all started to come back to me slowly. So I think they zapped me to buy time to barricade up that trail. So I went back 6 weeks later after July 7th, and that's when it was all barricaded up. So I think that was the purpose of that zapping, was to buy time to barricade it up, so I'm not back there. Um, if you go to the video on this channel called "My Wife is the Best," and I'm sitting under that tree, resting, and talking about how my wife is sick and she's sitting in the car and she's the best because she knows I love doing this and stuff like that. That whole little spot right out in front of me was riddled with hundreds and hundreds of different sized footprints. But the soil there, the soil there is just so sandy. I mean, you could tell they were large prints, small prints. You could tell it wasn't a deer. It wasn't a coyote print because that would leave more of a circular print. They were long oval looking prints. I mean, there was hundreds of them. Um, and obviously that's why they barricaded it up. They didn't want people back there. And and my camera's still out there. Um, so yeah, flatlands. I was actually on the Sylvanic live chat last night with Mason and Amanda and a couple other people, and they posted a brand new map of the United States, and there is just thousands of these little tiny Bigfoot all over the place. I mean, the whole state of California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana, there's just a little strip of nothing right in the middle of the country where there's no sightings, like the Midwest. And it's cool because if you click on a little Bigfoot, it brings up all the details for that sighting. It's really really amazing. It was actually designed by ex law enforcement officer and a park ranger. It's amazing. I looked at that map and just went, "Holy moly! Are you freaking kidding me?" So it's an amazing map. Um, I'll have to get the link for it so I can post it in the description if I can figure out how to do that. Um, it was absolutely insane. I mean, the whole West Coast across the top of the United States and all down the East Coast, basically. It was just big horseshoe. Yeah, Cat, I think a lot of reports do, or a lot of sightings do go unreported for obvious reasons. Um, but that's why we do. We want people to know. Yeah, 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 Cat, you're in a really good area. I mean, I wouldn't doubt if you have a clan or even a few clans, yeah, all around your entire area. And yeah, I think you're in a really big hotspot, Cat. Yeah, I saw the string foot of his outline of his footprint. It's a good idea, and I'm actually going to do that. I'm gonna take a bit of string with me. Um, I got some really bright pink or yellow construction string. I actually have a roll of it, and I'll take that with me. So that'll be really bright on the camera, and you could really it'll stand out really good on the camera if I have to outline something. Um, it's a good or great idea. So yeah, I'm gonna take some string with me. So and once I get up there, I'm gonna run to the hardware store or the craft store and get me some actual plaster of Paris. So I have that on hand. And then we can or go to the hardware store. First one in Kansas, Nebraska state line, or 40 years ago. No one talked to recently. Yeah, Cat. I mean, these sightings. I've did history on it. These sightings have actually gone back to the early 1700s. I think like 1741 or something like that was like one of the first reported sightings. Um, I mean, the history goes back big time. You know, I've heard stories of Native Indians trading with the forest giants. Um, the forest giants would bring them skins, and the Indians would give them food and stuff like that. Um, I definitely think Todd is correct. Todd Standing is correct when he means respect. You need to respect nature. You need to respect yourself, and you need to respect them. Now, I think respect is a big part of their, I'll say, culture and heritage and thinking. So, uh, you know, if you're out there and you see one, uh, Parkway dweller, snow on the ground where? In Idaho? If you're talking about snow on the ground in Idaho, yes, it is covered in snow right now. Absolutely covered in snow. And Washington got dumped on too a few days ago, earlier this week. Hey Mason, glad you're back. So yeah, it'd be cool. I mean, like I said, yeah, yes. I'm going to practice more with the plaster to make sure it's hard to break. I'm definitely just going to go back to the normal plaster of Paris for sure. And I'm definitely going to make them a lot thicker. So, definitely going to make it a lot thicker. So, for sure. I used to work at a company that made prosthetics for people, arms, hands, feet, legs, and stuff like that. So I'm really in tune with the plaster. I know how to use it. I used to make the molds a lot for feet, and then use that mold to make the prosthetic off of, so you get a really good true fit. I'm no stranger to the plaster. It's just the stuff I used here at home was just absolute junk, and so yeah, I'm no stranger to the plaster of Paris. So yeah, Parkway, easy tracking them and easy finding your way around also. Yeah, Mason, I would, but I mean, I would have to. The dirt here is just so, it's like concrete, man. It is like concrete, and I'm a little tapped for money right now to go get some plaster to do that. Um, I won't. I'll be making some money up in Idaho, so I got a lot of people up there wanting me to help them with stuff. So I'll be making some money up there, and I should be able to go get some. So um, and it's a very high possibility that I may not be coming home after 2 weeks. I may be staying up there for longer to, if the work is good and I'm making money. My wife is going to leave one of the dogs with me. She's going to leave Nugget with me, and she's going to bring Monkey home solo. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So I don't know. So kind of playing by ear right now. So yes, Mason, we are trying to buy property up there right now, and it's a very high possibility we may be putting a down payment on some property, and then putting my father-in-law's RV on it for now, and I'll be staying there on the new property, making money, and living in the RV. on that property. So it's a high possibility if we find the right one, if we find the right piece of land and everything falls into place. We've already got a real estate agent up there that sends us stuff all the time. Um, and Yeah, that would really be cool. That would really be cool if we did that. So it's a big possibility. So that's what we're working on. I might actually go look at some properties while we're up there. Um, yes, yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get good reception. Um, but I could also get a Wi-Fi. Well, once I get up there and stuff, I'm gonna have to change from T-Mobile to Verizon. And once I get Verizon, Verizon works incredible up there. T-Mobile, nothing. It don't work up there. So I'm gonna have to get Verizon, and once I get Verizon and a new phone because mine is like 4 years old, um, we should be good to go with the reception. It shouldn't be a problem. So yeah. Basically, I mean I've got like three standards I want for property up there. It's got to be out in the woods. It's got to be squatchy, and I got to have cell phone reception. So those are my three major things. So yeah, you know what? He doesn't have a cheap RV, so you know, it, I I stayed in it and stuff overnight last year one time, and I was fine. Um, Actually, Parkway in the area we're in, uh, it's very rare to get snowed in. Very rare to get snowed in. So, if you go up over the passes and stuff, the passes get snowed in, and yeah, you could get stuck at home for weeks at a time. But Mason, we have a real estate agent up there already, and we're looking at least 10 acres or more. So um, we're we're working on it. We've actually seen some land up there that was like 50, 55, 60 acres for just dirt cheap, and it looked really squatchy. But it was a little far away from my wife's father-in-law. We don't want to be that far from him with his health issues because if we need to go down there um, at a in an emergency and stuff, we don't want to be getting snowed in or have a 2.5 hour drive to his house. So we're looking at staying within an hour or less within his area. So, but yeah, Parkway, um, that quality, the picture quality was just that incredible. Beautiful pictures of those structures, man. I was really impressed. You definitely need to research that area more, for sure, and keep us up to date on it. So that is for sure. I think you sent me what, 4 pictures and 4 videos. I only looked at the pictures. I was busy messing around with the this YouTube live chat thing. So and I haven't looked at the videos yet. Yeah, Mason. I mean, different sites offer different things. People use different sites to advertise their stuff. Um, you're right. I mean, our real estate agent might not have what we're looking for, but this site would. So we're keeping that in mind. Um, I mean, like you were talking about moving back to Montana. Be closer to family. That would be cool. We can get together and go squatching together. That would be really cool. So yeah, I'm excited to get back up there. I'm not looking forward to packing the car up and stuff at 2 in the morning. So, but it is what it is, and it'll get done. This will be the fourth time I've been up there, and this will be the fifth time my wife has been up there. So, and the dogs have gone with us. This will be their fourth time also up there. So they just get in the car and they just sleep all the whole time until we stop and let them out to pee and stuff like that. So they're really good about the trip. So yeah, it's do you want it close to the place you sent me, your father's property? Yeah, yeah. Probably within a 45-minute to an hour drive of that area. So cool, Parkway, cool. Can't wait to see those, man. Can't wait to see those. Yeah, Mason, you know the area. Yes, they are. We're looking, yeah, for acres and stuff. Plenty of room for a few RVs, visitors. Um, Absolutely and stuff. And once we get property, obviously, the invitation will be out there. And if you want to do the trip, you've got a place to stay. So, and plus, once I get the RV on the property, you really don't even need to bring an RV unless you want to. You can just crash in the RV with me or whatever. So, yeah, it'll be cool. We'll get some squatching done. So, but yeah, man, they're up there for sure. Here's a good story. I have a black sweatshirt with just a white outline of Bigfoot on it, and we were looking at a property further up north towards the Canadian border. Beautiful, beautiful house. And the homeowner was working on the garage, getting the garage sited. And I asked him, hey, can you mind if I just go walk around the property? And he's all, no, not at all. There's a little river back there too that comes through the property. You should go check that out and stuff. Well, I think I got maybe a quarter mile fence all the way around the property. And this wasn't your average fence. This was 6 inch by 6 inch I beams drove into the ground. Um, and there was a 25 foot tall chain link fence welded to that I beam all around the property. And there was one spot and stuff where there was just a huge tree leaned up against the chain link fence. It didn't collapse it down, but it was definitely bowing the chain link fence. And I walked back to the homeowners working on the garage. I said, "Hey, I ask you a couple questions." He's like, "Yeah, what's up?" And I said, "Why are you selling this place?" And he said, "There's an animal problem. And I have two young kids here, and I don't want any issues. You know what I mean?" I'm like, "What do you mean, animal problem?" I noticed that huge fence you have going around the entire property. Is that to do with the animal problem? And he said, "Yeah, it is. I spent $65,000 to have that fence put up due to the animal problem." Well, wow, that's a lot of money to throw down on a fence for an animal problem. And I'm all, what is it, bears or moose or something? And he said, no, no, none of those. Well, I mean, what kind of animal problem are you talking about? And he pointed at my sweatshirt with the Bigfoot on it. So, I mean, I would have loved to have that property. I would have taken down that fence and and gone for it. So that was an interesting, very interesting conversation with that gentleman. But yeah, um, and he was probably he said you could hike into Canada in about an hour from that house. So through the woods, right across the Canadian border with no fences or nothing. That's how close he was to Canada. So it was quite the conversation. Uh, so I mean, they're there, and people in Idaho are weird. They're weird about the subject. Um, I it's my wife's goal that every piece of t-shirt or sweatshirt has something to do with Bigfoot. So she's constantly buying me Bigfoot t-shirts or Bigfoot sweatshirts or something to do with Bigfoot. And so basically I'm stuck wearing something Bigfoot up there, and we'll be at the store or something, and the cashier will kind of snicker at me and smile and say, I like your shirt. And hey, you got stories? And she wouldn't answer the question. You know what I mean? I get a lot of odd looks. It's like they know they're up there, but they're not going to talk about it. They just deal with them, and it is what it is. It's just a way of life for them up there, and it's odd how the people are in Idaho about that topic. Um, I don't, so um, I was contacted by a group up there called Idaho Panhandle Bigfoot or something. This was after I posted the first set of videos on my other Northern Idaho channel, and they wanted to know where the location was and all this and where I live and stuff like that. And I wouldn't. It's my father-in-law's property. I don't need a bunch of people running around looking for Bigfoot on his property. They will get shot. So um, they quit trying to contact me, and so um, I don't know. I might try and contact them when I get up there to see what their deal is. But apparently, it's just a small group of like six older gentlemen, and I don't know. We'll see. I think they meet in like Coeur d'Alene at a restaurant in Coeur d'Alene or something. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yes, they are. Yeah, just don't take it down. Just put certain openings so that they're forced to go through that opening and stuff and get cameras. You're right. That's a good idea. Had we bought that property, that would have been a great idea. But at the time, we weren't ready to pull the trigger. So, Mason, you you should be, because I don't divulge locations at all. I don't I don't give people that info. But I mean, give it. I I don't know. I just don't divulge that information to people. So, but you know, it's better to be with people and you can trust to be cool about things. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You really got to learn to read people, especially in this situation. You know what I mean? You give someone a location, and then you go out to that location, and you see them lurking around with a shotgun or something. Not the direction I want it to go in. Where are you thinking of moving to, Parkway? No, I'm not thinking about. No, I don't want to join that group. I don't want to join that group. I'm already part of a group, so I'm part of two groups. I'm part of the YouTube group, and I'm part of the SRG, and that's I got a lot of loyalty in my blood. Um, I think they were just kind of pressing me for information because they're at a loss. That's kind of the feeling I get about them. So yeah, I'm not gonna join their group. I'm not interested in their group. No, no, no. SRG for life. That's basically it. So I'm a very loyal person, and sometimes it gives me the crap end of the stick, but in this case, I don't think it's going to. So yeah, I'm not. Yeah, Mason, I got the same. I get the same feeling. So you know, it's just it's kind of like my old dog. I could walk my old dog down at the beach during a holiday weekend with thousands of people walking by, and all day long, and it's just that one person that he just starts growling and snapping at and barking and stuff at him. It just you just get that feeling about people. You can trust them, and I've learned to go with my gut instinct. One thing I've learned in all of this Bigfoot topic and stuff is really to trust your gut instinct and go with your heart. Um, when I went out to Palm Springs, I'll tell this story real quick. When we went up to Palm Springs and aerial tramway, um, my wife, I mean, she was sitting at a picnic bench. She was making snowmen all over the place, and she could see I was antsy. She looked at me and just said, "Go. I'll see you in a little bit. Go. Don't get hurt." And I took off. I mean, I took off, and I literally walked out like a mile to where I didn't see anybody, I didn't hear anybody, and I literally just closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and just something told me, go that way. And I mean, I'm on a trail, and it said go that way, and I'm looking at this rock outcropping, and I just followed my heart and I went there. And when I got to the bottom of that rock outcropping, I could see boot prints going around the entire edge of that rock outcropping. And I chuckled. I laughed, going, someone's out here doing the same thing I'm doing. But instead of going around the rock outcropping like the footprints did, I went up. And that's where I found the first structure. And from there, I did the same thing. I just took a deep breath, I closed my eyes, and okay, I gotta go that way. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they can sense your inner self and your intentions and stuff, and they'll lead you. I've gone to 3 random areas, and I've done the same thing, and I've found stuff at every single place. The local place in the mountains here, that was just a random hiking area we went to. And I literally just, okay, I got to go that way. And I didn't take the trail. I went up the side of the mountain and I went up. And that's where I found the structure. And that's where I had my experiences. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if you just get in tune with it or what. It, they know. They know your intentions. They know what you want to do. And I think if you're just there to learn, they'll lead you. They will lead you to what they want you to see. It's absolutely insane. So I don't get it, but it seems to be working for me. It's what model Bushnell night vision. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting the same one. You know what, Mason? I don't think they make that one anymore. That was given to me by my father-in-law, and that thing's probably 20 years old. He said he bought it, he used it once, and it sat under his bed for years. He doesn't even remember how long he's had it, so I don't even think they make that one anymore. But you can find them online, really cheap. Um, Ranger Station and campground here has Uber service. Wow, that's crazy. Cold and breezy here. I like Colorado. Snow. Feel the vibe. Yeah, You got to follow your heart. So you're absolutely right, Kat. If they like you, they will lead you. They will lead you to exactly to what they want you to see. You know, and they'll, yeah, you're right. They'll find you too. I mean, at the hotel, they found me. I believe those three footsteps I heard and got the chill up my spine is exactly when they zapped me. They found me. They found me. They I learned an interesting fact the other day about the duck-billed platypus. They hunt their prey by sensing the minute electronic signals generated by muscle movement. So if a duck-billed platypus can sense the minute electrical currents generated by muscle movement, who knows the extent of them? And I think they're probably along the same lines. You know, they get that electronic signal on you, and it's like radar to them. So it's amazing. You know, I definitely feel they have a very unique skill set and very unique abilities that we have yet to understand and comprehend. Um, I think they got a lot more going on than what is theorized for sure. Um, I mean, like a dog can sense somebody who's bad, who wants to hurt them. You know what I mean? I mean, if animals can do that, who knows the extent of their abilities or their senses? You know, we've got a certain amount of senses, and I think they probably have double that amount. It's very interesting. So, yeah, and with all of my experiences I've had, I'm becoming more and more inclined to believe it. So, you know, I don't know what the deal is with the fake fire pits. I don't know if they're just trying to copy us or throw us off the trail or what, but I mean, I don't. The Colorado Bigfoot says that the structures are a language, and I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it's a language. Um, you know, there's a lot of theories out there that I agree with. Cat Bigfoot says, Amen. I think they mark you and share collectively that awareness of a person. Once marked, they always recognize you as a friend. I agree, Kat. I totally agree. Like I said, if you go out there with the intentions to hurt you, they're going to come at you aggressively, and you're probably not going to leave that area. They're just going to take you out, and that's going to be it. Um, but if you go out there with respect and wanting to learn from them, they'll lead you. You know, yes, Mason, humans only use 10% of our brains. Uh, I I was actually thinking of that exact same thing the other night after I learned about this duck-billed platypus thing. Who knows? Maybe they use half of their brain. We don't know. We don't know, but I definitely think that they use a lot more of their brain than humans do, which is 10%. So that is, I agree with that statement 100%. So, I mean, you know, humans humans have the ability to use more of their brain, but they have to train themselves and train themselves to learn how to use those parts of their brain. I mean, humans who've learned to use that part of the brain can move stuff with their mind, can slam doors, you know what I mean? Open cupboards, you know? The human body and the human brain are just remarkable. So, everybody's entitled to their opinion, Mason, but I mean, I don't agree with everything he says, but I do agree with some of it. So, um, you know, a lot of the stuff he has said has, really kind of, maybe he's right because of an experience I had. So I'm able to relay what he's saying to an experience I had. I mean, yeah, I mean, the whole subject just seems far fetched. The entire subject, the whole spectrum of it seems far fetched, but those who know. You know what I mean? And it's great to have YouTube and to bring all these researchers together because we don't know. It's all theory. And it's, that's what we're doing. We're coming together as one big giant team. And there is no bad theories, there is no right theories, there is no wrong theories. There's no bad, well, there's bad opinions, but there's no right opinions and there's no wrong opinions. We don't know yet. I think the only way we're going to know is to sit down and interview one. Say, hey, here's my list. Let's start at the top. What's up with the structures? Why do you build them? Okay. How do you know we're coming out there for you before you even see us? How this, why this, why this, So I don't know. I don't know. So we're just one big giant team. Like well, I wouldn't say supernatural. Um, I would just, I would say again to go along with using more of their brain. They have a specialized skill set and specialized abilities that we have yet to really understand. So, uh, listen to the recordings. I get you can go otherworldly quick knowing they're in the community like that and aren't seen. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. I how they move around without being seen is, I mean, we don't know. Like I said, I mean, they might use their entire brain. We don't know until we sit down and study them like Jane Goodall did with the gorillas or if they're able, this mind speak thing, if they're able to speak to us, I mean, interview one, but until that happens, it's all theory. Yeah, yeah, they do a lot of physical stuff, you know. Um, I don't know, you know what I mean? But from my experiences, uh, I'm definitely leaning towards they have a specialized skill set and specialized abilities that we have yet to even comprehend. So, yeah, yes, they are. I agree with that too. Only the government knows more about them. Um, a friend of mine is actually in the army. I'm not going to give a name or anything like that. Um, he has said that he was required to transport a crate that had a 4-inch steel bar cage inside of it, and it weighed the crate itself weighed, I think he said, 3,700 pounds, and on the scale it weighed, I think he said, almost 5,200. So whatever was in there was over 1,000 pounds, and this he said this crate was 8 foot 12 feet tall. He doesn't know what was in it. He was ordered to transport it to a undisclosed base, and he said if you put your ear to it, you could hear something very. He said it sounded very large, and it sounded like it was snoring. So uh, he said whatever was in there had a very big set of lungs. So yeah, I agree. I think the government has figured out a way to trap and transport these beings to study them and I do think they know a lot more than what we think they know, and which is exactly why they will never admit to the existence. So, I know. Yeah, Mason, I agree with that too. I think they're very ancient beings, and they're more in tune with nature and their environment for sure. And they know how to manipulate it all, and they know how to, they've developed a very specialized skill set and abilities. Partly in my 19 video YouTube, I think I got zapped July 18th. Listen with headphones at 7:35, 3 knocks in the left speaker. Didn't hear it until I reviewed the footage. I was dazed and disoriented. Parkway, you probably did get zapped. Yep, because when I got zapped, I mean, at that particular time, I didn't feel dazed and disoriented at that particular moment. It wasn't until the next day out trying to get my cameras where I just felt like I was in a fog. I'm walking down canyons I never walked down before. I mean, I pretty much got lost. I was really close to calling my wife and telling her to call rescue. That's how confused and dazed I was. So he said, yes, exactly what I always thought. Just kind of hard to put into words sometimes. Yep, yeah, yep, yep, yeah. this whole this whole thing is just it's incredible. Obviously, if they come out and say yes, these beings do exist, and we have proof of them, and we have live specimens in special cages, and blah blah blah. There's several industries that are going to crumble. One, the logging industry, which is a multi-trillion-dollar a year industry, would crumble because you're going to have protesters out there at the logging sites sabotaging equipment and keeping the men from doing their work. And without wood, I think we're kind of screwed on building anything else. Um, the recreation industry, boats, even boats and trucks and fishing and stuff like that, camping gear, stoves, tents, sleeping bags, all of that's going to crumble because no one's going to want to go camping anymore. Um, even you know, all kinds of industries would just crumble because of it coming down. And when the government's involved, it's all about money. We all know that. It's all about money. So, I mean, when multi trillion or multi billion dollar a year industries are going to crumble, they're going to do everything in their power to keep that from happening. You know? So, it's just a fact of the matter. Which kind of brings me to Christopher Noel. Uh, I respect his research. I respect the things he has found. I respect his theories. But his march on Washington, I feel, is just a complete waste of time. It's an absolute complete waste of time. So it doesn't matter how many people you get on the steps of Washington, D.C., they're never going to admit it. Simple as that. They're just never going to admit it. So we're going to have to take it upon ourselves to inform the public who don't know, yes, they are real. You know what I mean? So I think it's just a big waste of time. He's just spinning his wheels. I don't know if he's just trying to make money off of it or what. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole, but um, is they're never gonna admit it. So we know they exist, and we need to inform the people who don't know. that they are real and that they need to be protected. And a lot of people don't know is that like, Washington and Oregon actually have laws on the books to protect them. That it's against the law to antagonize or harass or hunt or harm a Bigfoot slash Sasquatch in any way. The only thing you're allowed to do is observe. And people don't know that. There's already laws on the books in Washington and Oregon. So, you know, and I think Claudia Ackley's lawsuit, I mean, as much as I respect her citing and her experiences, I think her lawsuit again is just going to be laughed out of court. They're going to say, well, what proof do you have? What evidence do you have? Well, that's not good enough for us. And she's just going to be wasting her money. You know what I mean? It's just going to be a big waste of money. So, I think going down that route is just a big waste of time. So, we just need to take it upon ourselves to inform those that don't know. So, yeah, 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 money loss. I mean, the country would go broke overnight if they admit to it. And plus, they'd be admitting to us that they lied all this time. So that's also going to make them look even dumber. So, you know, yeah, cat. I don't think I've ever read a complete book in my life, and I've told Mason this and stuff several times. I'm not much for typing. I'm kind of like a hunt and peck kind of guy. It would take me years to write a book. Um, I would rather dictate my experiences to like Chris Marola and have him write a book because he's already written books on the subject. So, cryptid, yes, agree, but we need to be careful because they do monitor us because of our content. Yeah, and again, censorship is just gone rampant. The censorship has gone rampant. So we'll leave that there. I think we can all agree on that comment 100%. You know, um, you know, we're not stupid. We're opening our eyes. Those of us in this field, we're not stupid. We have opened our eyes. We see things in a different light, and we know what's out there. I mean, Cryptid 559, he deals with so much different stuff. He deals with the Bigfoot. He deals with the Dogman. He deals with the UFOs. He deals with paranormal. I mean, I'm surprised the Cryptid could even sleep at night with some of the information he knows and some of his experiences. You know, I'm surprised his house doesn't have bars on the windows, and a big steel door. So, you know, I mean, I was actually Cryptid. I actually saw your recent video about the orchard and how that entire row was just sliced. Um, I dang mosquitoes. Um, and it looked like all the grass, was pushed over. I think that had to do with like a thrust force that forced all that grass down. As for the slicing through the poles and all of the vines and stuff like that, I don't know. That's your department, dude. So I don't know how they would accomplish that, you know. But yeah, your area is very crazy. Your area is very crazy. But I mean, you're in Indian territory. You know what I mean? So I mean, there's a lot of spiritual stuff going on out there too. So you're right, Kat. I mean, you do. Like they shouldn't be hunted. They shouldn't be harmed. I mean, just observed and studied, and that's it. You know, just I mean, Jane Goodall with the gorillas. I mean, the gorillas were a myth in folklore for years and years and years, but the locals knew they were real. They saw them all the time. And she spent years and years and years just gaining their trust, so she could sit there with them to study them. And if it wasn't for her research and her dedication and her perseverance, they'd probably still be a myth. You know what I mean? So I'm a firm believer. Observe and study, and that's it. That's it. You know what I mean? Yeah, cat. I think they love to play. I think they're big pranksters. I think they definitely have a sense of humor, for sure, and they love to screw with us for sure. And my last experience out in these local mountains here, I definitely felt that I was being played with. So definitely felt like I was being played with. So yeah, I definitely think they've got a sense of humor for sure. And they definitely like to mess with us in more ways than one. They like to mess with our heads. They like to mess with items and stuff around the house or where we live. And that's another, where we live. The areas I've gone to, the random areas I've gone to, they weren't far from people's civilization, human civilization. These areas are very close to human civilization, and you don't have to go miles and miles and miles out into the freaking forest. I mean, I think Christopher Noel said that most of his activity is literally like behind his house. So, Parkway. I think most of my videos will definitely be at night. For because I think I'm going to be very busy during the day working, and it will definitely be at night. I think they said it's getting dark there now at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So when it gets dark, the work stops and the fun starts. So yeah, I think where I had my sighting in Idaho, there's a game trail that goes up to the right, um, and it goes up to like a plateau up there that they used. They cut all the trees down when they did log it because he's a forest farm, a tree farm. I think I'm going to just get a chair, put it up there, and just sit there with my night vision and my camera and a flashlight and see what happens. You know, so yeah, I mean, it gets especially if you have mountains around you. I mean, it may not be dark; it's just the sun has gone below that mountain. So yeah, it gets dark quick. I mean, here in LA, we have no mountains to block the sun, so it's still light here at 7:30, 8 o'clock. But yeah, when you got mountains and stuff to hide the sun, it definitely gets dark sooner, for sure. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting up there. I still got a lot of stuff to do. Um, got to do all my laundry, get all packed up, uh, get my bow and gear and stuff all together and everything. So, but for me, it's only a couple hours worth of work. For my wife, it would be like a week. So, yeah. Actually, when we were in Idaho and we wanted to go explore Farragut State Park, and there's actually pictures there of some creative a giant log that was actually suspended with a little tiny stick at one end. That was that area. I actually told my wife to get out of the car and come look at it. She said, "No, I don't feel comfortable here. Can we go?" and she wanted to leave. So all I was able to do is snap a few pictures, and I think that one is called "Pictures Finally" with a happy face. Um, so we went to get our park pass at the visitor center for Farragut State Park, and there's a trailhead right behind it, and this is also these pictures are also on there. I mean, a huge tree. All the trees around that area still have their tops, but there's a leaner of the top of a tree upside down, leaning against another tree, literally 10 feet off the trail. They're everywhere, man. They are freaking everywhere. Mason, hey man, there's like $3 for spotlights on Amazon you can use for your night vision camera. We'll go a lot further. You know what? I just bought a new headlamp. This is 5,000 lumens. It's got two 18650 rechargeable batteries. This thing will last 15 hours. And then I also have a another flashlight that has one 18650 rechargeable battery in it that should last at least 10 hours. And plus I've got 3 extra batteries that are already charged. So all I got to do is just swap them out. I'm pretty good with light, um, you know, and that's actually what I did when I had my sighting. I was actually underneath the deck, and I would start on the left with my flashlight, and I got just past the barn, and that's where I saw the frickin' eye shine. Um, I it, the eye shine I saw. I mean, it looked like light bulbs 8 feet up, 12 feet apart and 8 feet off the ground. And I'm okay. What is that? What is that? And oh, night vision. So I pulled it up to my eye, clicked it on. So I had the flashlight on it as I'm using my night vision. That's when I could see how wide it was in the shape of it. And it was from 10:03 to 10:09 at night, and it 10:09 is when I got this really really bad feeling that yeah, I need to let this thing go. It ain't gonna move. It's like a deer in headlights. The light was on it, and it wasn't gonna move until the light was on. So I left the night vision on, and I clicked off the flashlight. And I mean, as soon as I clicked it off through the night, all I saw was just a blur. It was just a blur. I saw a leading foot, and the rest of it was just a flash. That's when I heard the branch break. That's when I heard the dogs barking. And a couple seconds later, I heard a shotgun blast at 10:09 at night. And it, the trail it took went right towards that shotgun blast. Um, yeah, cryptid. I haven't found any caves yet in my area. Um, I've been so thrilled with the barricades in those particular ones that I've been dealing with. I haven't found any caves in that area yet. I really haven't explored it that much yet. I hope I find some caves eventually, for sure. But I'm telling you, man, if I find a cave and it stinks, I ain't going in it. That's for sure. I ain't going in it if it stinks. So that is for dang sure. They can have that those caves. I mean that's like walking into someone's living room unannounced. You know what I mean? That's not really cool and it's not really respectful. I don't think they would appreciate that very much. So and again, it comes back to the respect issue. You know what I mean? So I don't think I'm gonna be doing. I mean, if I find a cave and it doesn't stink, hey, I'll go in. Oh yeah, cat. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about the guns. I mean, especially in Idaho. Especially in Idaho. I think what happened was once I took the flashlight off and I saw it bolt off, it took that trail and it cut through someone's backyard who happened to be sitting on their porch with a gun, and I think that was a warning shot. That's all it was. So I think that was they saw something come through their yard and they just took a warning shot. So I think that's all that was. You know, you could walk in Idaho, you walk into Walmart, and most people have guns on their sides. So it's just a way of life out there. It's open carry. All you need is a gun license, and you can open carry up there, which is why the crime is like almost zero up there. So, uh, yeah, I'm really used to guns, cat. I'm really used to guns and ammo and firearms. Actually, you could walk around my father-in-law's house, and he has shotguns and guns at all the doorways and in the kitchen drawers and all over the place. So it's just a way of life. I am, but if you don't know, they get hurt. Yeah, it could get dicey, but you know, everyone there is just so respectful, so respectful. Um, my wife and I were actually in a local store, and she was in the aisle looking at something, and there was like a side door. And a group of teenagers, they must have been 14, 15, and 16. I think there was probably four or five of them. They walked in through that side door, and she was kind of in the middle of the aisle. And they looked at her and said, "Ma'am, may we get by?" Or, "Excuse me, ma'am, can we get by?" There was just so much respect from even the teenagers. I mean, kids there are just raised right. You know, they're raised with respect and they're raised properly. You know what I mean? Not like in LA where they're going to walk up and say, "Get out of my way, you frickin' whatever," and just be rude about it. Everyone there is very respectful. All right, going open carry November 1st, huh? Cool. You're gonna have to get a little sidearm, cat. Get yourself like a little pink Kimber or something, a little 9 millimeter pink Kimber. So yeah, that's another thing. I don't agree with the government's trying to control guns and ammo and stuff like that. I mean, they're trying to disarm the country's biggest army, which is its citizens. And if they do that, I mean, we're helpless. And bottom line is, if a thief or a thug wants to get a weapon, they're gonna have ways to get it regardless. So it really ain't gonna do nothing. It's just disarming the nation's biggest army, which is its citizens. So yeah, Kat. I mean, the people out there are just so respectable, and that's one of the reasons we fell in love with the area. It's just the amount of respect and the courtesy and stuff like that. I mean, you could break down and stuff on the side of the road, and you'd have seven people there in the matter of 5 minutes trying to help you. You know what I mean? If your family was going hungry, you'd have the entire community bringing you food. That's how it is out there. Most hunters can't hit a moving target, especially at night. The target is doing 40 plus miles an hour. Yeah, the blur I saw when that one took off, I think it was definitely way above 40. Um, I have a tendency to think it was even way above 60. So, and, until we can get a radar gun on one, it's only a theory. So, but they're like, I mean, they're lightning fast and super silent, super freaking silent. Mason, yeah, my parents raised me that way. I'm only 20 now, but still try my best to be respectful and love the Second Amendment. You know what? I'm a firm believer in treat people how you want to be treated. If you show respect, you're gonna get respect. Um, doesn't seem to be the case in my area. You show someone respect, and you get a big pile of crap on your head. So, but whatever, that's not me. You know, I'd be the first one to help somebody in a burning building, regardless of their attitude towards me or is something they've said to me. All right, Cryptid. I'll catch you later, brother. You have a good night, man. Get out there and do some investigating. So, yeah, the Second Amendment, I think, I mean, I don't know. I could go on for hours. It's just about all the stuff that the government's trying to do, but you know, I don't agree with it. I really don't agree with a lot of it. So, um, yeah, I've come across a lot of information that is just absolutely shocking about California. And why would you do that? You know, it just doesn't make any sense. I think I'll probably go probably for another, 10 minutes, and then I got a lot of stuff to get caught up on. I got to start doing my laundry and getting packed up. So, but hey, I'm really glad I was able to get figure this out. Thank you to my daughter, and finally get to do this. I would love to do it from the woods on my cell phone, but of course, everybody knows the ridiculous requirements of needing 1,000 subscribers. It's just ridiculous. It's just another form of censorship. You know what I mean? I think you should be able to use the live feature to grow your channel regardless of the amount of subscribers you have. But what do you expect from a company whose employees are getting drunk and taking acid and stealing cars and ramming them into people's houses? So, you know what I mean? I don't get it. Whatever. So, yeah, I think I'll probably go for another 10 minutes and stuff and then figure out how to cut it off. And, yeah, I need to go too. Time, big guys, Gully and Shadows now. I got to get set up. Really enjoyed all this. Thank you. Yeah, Kat, you have a good night, and I wish you the best of luck in your adventures. And I love watching your videos, man. Whenever I see one of your videos pop up, I put earphones in, and I crank up the volume because the audio you catch is just absolutely incredible. Right, that tapping. It sounded like something was tapping on the side of your house with a stick. It sounded like it was literally right there. How they do that, I don't know, but they're getting close to you. So, you have a good night, Kat. Thank you for joining me. So, great, great. I love this. This is great. So, probably going to do this more often. So, um, let me know, what day, what time would be good to start doing this, because I know my Wednesdays is from 6 to like 7 or 7:30 is kind of taken. Fridays is kind of taken, so we're left with like Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Today's Thursday. I don't know. Start doing it on Thursday evenings. So let me know. Let me know. And you're all welcome to email me too. My email is SoCalForestNinjas at gmail.com. It's all lowercase, all one word. So let me know. So yeah, the breathing. Yeah, the breathing in your video was incredible. I mean, that thing was close. Yeah, they're. I don't doubt if they're looking in your windows, Cat, for sure. I don't doubt they're looking in your windows at you and they're watching you. They like you. So yeah, so everybody's more than welcome to email me. SoCalForestNinjas at gmail.com. All lowercase, all one word. Hit me up. Let me know, if you like the Thursday thing. We'll see if we can get like a regular thing going. Uh, I'll be able to upload in Idaho, Mason, for sure. Not on the spot, but we will have to go into town and stuff to the store. So whenever we head out to the store, I can upload videos and keep you guys posted up like that. Um, so I'll probably do a video Saturday morning once I get the car all loaded and packed up. Let you guys know we're heading out, and then I'll take videos on the way up there because I know Parkway wants to see stuff, and I could upload those in Klamath Falls at the hotel. That's not a problem. And then from Klamath to the property, I could do videos, and then I'll probably have to upload those the next day when we go into town to get stuff. So I'll definitely be able to upload videos and stuff while I'm out there. It just won't be on the property. I got to go into town to do it. So, but it's not a problem. You guys will definitely get a lot of footage. So, um, all right. Well, I think I'm gonna call it a night. This has been a, a fast 2 hours. I can't believe this. Fast 2 hours just went by, and I haven't even gotten through a quarter of the stuff. We usually go right up to the Northern California on the east side, so we follow the border on the east side of California. We go up through Oregon, and then we cut across the corner of Washington into Idaho. So that's actually the fastest. It takes us 2 days. It's actually 20 hours, but we have dogs, so we got to stop and let them pee and stuff like that. So it takes us like 12 hours. So we don't want to do a whole 20 hours all the way through. So we get a hotel in Klamath Falls, stay the night, and then do the second leg the next day. It's a lot easier on us and the dogs. So, but most of the time we usually come through Washington, through Oregon, and down the coast of California. So I don't think we're going to be doing that this time. It depends on how much money I make up there. So, all right, guys, I think I'm going to figure out how to cut this off and figure out what's going on. So I'm glad the testing worked, and glad to see all of you here, and I'll be in touch. So, all right, that don't do nothing. All right, I think I figured it out.